Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am trying some new products that I recently hauled, and this is the look that I came up with. It's more of like a fall look, which I'm super excited about fall, guys. It's like literally right around the corner. But anyway, I just wanted to go ahead and share these products with you today. So if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I would love for you to join my channel. Also hit that notification bell so you'll know when I put out new videos weekly. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get into the video. Guys, we're just gonna go ahead and get started. I am going to put some eye primer on. I'm using my Jaclyn Hill eye primer. This is one of my favorites. For primer, I'm going to go in with my Hourglass primer. This is the Vanish primer. Just putting this all over. I'm also going to go in with my Gucci matte primer. This is just for the center of my face. So excited, guys, because we're going in with the Maneater palette by Tarte. This one's actually the After Dark one. I have not used this, so I'm super excited to use it today. But look at these shades right here, guys. I'm so excited to use these today. This palette, the formula seems like so different. I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and I'm gonna go into this shade right here just to set that primer. It has a nice big mirror too. I don't know what kind of look I want to create today, so I'm just gonna kind of play around. I think I'm gonna go into Lust, which is this shade right here, and then put that right in the crease. Kind of like a mauve tone shade. And I'm using this is a Luxie 205 brush, so this is what I'm using in my crease. I'm gonna go in with the shade Temptress. It's that one right there at the top. These are a little powdery when you put your brush in there, so there is a lot of kick up. I want to deepen that up a little bit. I'm going to go into that shade right there called Passion. I'm using the Ariel brush in A24 or A25. In A25, I'm going to deepen up this crease. I like this tone of brown. I'm gonna deepen up the outer corner as well. I don't see too much fallout, which is nice. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. I'm gonna go with the A29 brush by Ariel, and I wanna go into one of these really beautiful, like, metallic shades. I'm gonna go in with Insatiable, this one right here. See how beautiful that is? They're so pigmented. Oh, wow. It's going on like butter, guys. It's so smooth. That is pretty. I feel like I didn't even dip too much into the product with this brush, and it's coming off like this. Look how smooth and creamy it goes on. So because I'm gonna go out and run some errands, I don't want it to be like too smoky, so I'm gonna go in with a lighter shade. I'm gonna go in with this shade right here called On the Prowl. Can you guys see it? It's not focusing. I'm using that same brush. I'm just gonna use the opposite side, and I'm just gonna tap that right on the center. It's a beautiful shade, but it's not brightening up the eye, so I'm just gonna put a little bit on this eye, and then I'm gonna go in with a lighter shade. And I think what I wanna do is this one right here called Feline Myself. Such a cute name. And I'll use that same brush and pat that on top. It lightens it up a little bit more. Wow, this is amazing. The shades in here are amazing. The formulation is amazing. It just goes on so creamy. I'm gonna go back into Temptress, and I'm just gonna take it right here just to kind of deepen up that crease a little bit. Not too much. Just a little bit. Blend everything out. Okay, we're gonna come back to this palette in just a minute. Okay, I don't have a new foundation to use, but I have this sponge, this really big sponge from Real Techniques. This is for the face. It's a Miracle Face and Body Sponge. I think this used to be orange, but now it's like peach. Because I used to have an orange one that was for the body, and I used it for the face, but this one says you can use it for face and body. So I'm gonna go ahead and wet this, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna put on foundation. I'm gonna go in with one of my favorite foundations. It's the IRL foundation by Revolution. This is F12. What I like to do is mix these two together so I can get a really nice neutral shade. Sorry for the gross cap. So I usually do like equal parts, and then whatever I mix it with, I usually just go into my skin with it, and it makes like the perfect shade for me. F12 alone is very, very warm, and I like more like a neutral tone. Just put it on like this. And then I'm going to take my huge sponge, this thing is huge, and just tap it into the skin. This like blends it with such ease and quickness. So now that we're done with that, I'm going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape. Go back in with the sponge. So now I'm going to go in with the concealer by Too Faced. This is in the shade Golden Beige. This is a oldie but goodie. I've loved this concealer for a while. I'm just going to place that like that. I'm just going to take a brush and blend it out. I'm going to set my face with my Laura Mercier powder. This is in the shade Honey. I'm going to set my under eyes with my Undone powder. It's in Banana Bear. I'm going to go in with this Milani foundation. I use this as bronzer. It's in Spice Almond. It's the shade 280 and it's perfect. I have a new brush that I'm going to be using today by Real Techniques. So this is a soft sculpting brush and it's for bronzer. I'm going to use it with this cream bronzer. This bronzer or this foundation goes on really well over powder, and it goes really well over just foundation. So I really have been enjoying it. This brush works really nice. It distributes the product really well, and I love the little angle on it. We are going to just take whatever is on this brush from the powder and just kind of set that, because I'm going to go over it with some other bronzer that I have. Now, I did purchase another Jaclyn Hill bronzer. This is in the shade Tan Lines. The initial one that I got was, I cannot think of the initial color. I'll put it right here because I forgot. But that color was way too orange for my skin. So I ended up taking it back and getting Tan Lines. So Tan Lines is a little bit lighter, warm, but not so orange. Hopefully this will work out. Oh yeah, this is way better. It's like less orange, it's warm, it's beautiful. I love that. I'm glad that I found a good shade because I really love the formula in this bronzer. All right, so for cheeks, I have this new Jouer palette. This is the one that I showed you guys in my haul. This is the bronzer and that's the cheek color, but the bronzer is going to be way too light. I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit of it because I just want to see if it adds a little bit of color to this one. So let's just go over it. All right, I'm going to get a brush and see if I can take some of that bronzer. We're going to see what it does. Yeah, it's not very noticeable, and the reason I know is because it really didn't make that other bronzer darker. Let me try a little bit on my nose where I didn't put any bronzer. It's like a light bronzy shade. You see that? It's not too bad. So the bronzer is not too bad. It just gives me just a hint of color, so it's not too bad. Now, the real reason that I picked this up was because of the blush. So we're gonna try the blush on, and I'm just gonna go in to the product. I hope this shows up on me. I'm just gonna press that into the cheek. Ooh, yeah, that is pretty. That is so pretty. Ooh, I love it. I love how that looks. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. So we're gonna go in with this next. Now, this is another product that I showed you guys during that haul. Beautiful, like bright pink shade. So we're gonna try this on top of this. Ooh, it's pigmented. Look at that. Let's just pop this right on the top. Oh yeah, that works perfectly. That looks beautiful on top of that Jouer blush. I'm gonna tone down my blush a little bit, even though I love blush. I'm gonna use my one size powder, and I usually just take a little bit and I just press it on top just to kind of make it a little bit softer. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows with my House Labs eyebrow pencil, and I'm just gonna speed through this. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do lips. All right, I'm gonna go in with this NYX lip pencil. This is in the shade Nutmeg. And I'm going to go in with this L'Oreal matte lipstick. This is a liquid lipstick. This is in the shade 416. I can't read the name because it's so tiny, but I've been loving this. It goes on really smooth. It doesn't dry out my lips. Goes perfectly with that liner as well. All right, guys, I'm back. I wanted to go ahead and add some of this Makeup by Mario gloss. This is in Blush Glow. I haven't used this one yet, so I'm just gonna put a little bit. I like to just tap it on. And it just gives, ooh. All right guys, I'm gonna go over these products really quickly with you. You kind of got a little sneak peek of how I felt about each product as I used it, but I do wanna give you my quick first impressions on these products. So the first one, of course, is the Maneater After Dark palette. Love, love, love the shadows in this palette. I love the formulation. You guys saw how buttery these shadows went on the lid. They're just so stinking creamy. I just love the formula. It's just so different to me. I love that this comes with a big mirror, so like if I wanted to travel with this, it's gonna be perfect. But yeah, I am super excited about all of these shades in the palette. They're just so gorgeous. So I will be doing another look using this palette. I want to try this green out with a bunch of these other shades, like this one, which is like such a beautiful terracotta brown. It's just so gorgeous. So yes, I will be doing more looks with this. So yeah, very fall-like. I really love it. Then for the Jouer Duo, of course, you guys know I love, love, love this bubblegum pink cheek color. It is gorgeous. This is actually not a bad product either, because I put that on my nose and it just gave a little hint of color. I know it looks a lot lighter, but I think this would be really good as a nice bronzer when I don't want to look like too bronzed. But yeah, I love this palette, guys. It is so good. Another thing I tried, of course, was this brush. I do love that it has an angle on it. I love the way my bronzer went on with the brush. I think this distributed the product perfectly. Also for the Jaclyn Hill bronzer, finally found my shade. Love this shade. Love the formula of this bronzer. I think this shade is like perfect for me. So for the Illamasqua cream cheek product, this is super pigmented, guys. A little goes a long way. I didn't realize how pigmented it was going to be, but I think it fit like perfectly on top of that Jouer blush. I think on its own it's going to be perfect as well because it's so pigmented, and it went very well on top of powder. It didn't pull any of my powder up, so I like that. And then for this big sponge, this is something you use like when you just want to go ahead and put your makeup on like quickly and you're pressing for time. This is perfect because I literally put all my foundation on like in a matter of minutes. So I love this. I love this sponge. You can use it on your body too. I think I'm gonna get another one for my body though, because I don't want to mix products. So yeah, I would love to use this for like when I'm using like a kind of like a liquid bronzer for the body. I would love to use something like this for that. So yeah, that's a really good product. So that's it for me trying this new makeup and giving you my first impressions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Take care, and we will see you guys on the next one.